What's up, YouTube? Alright, finally got my spark plugs in for my daughter's the Honda Pilot. It didn't come in last week, so it came in this week, and it's really cold here in Oregon. It's about upper 30, and it's gonna get really cold tonight. But I got a little bit of time here before the sun goes down. We got a little bit of sun coming out, so I'm gonna seize that opportunity to work on the car. All right, and I'll show you all the step by step. I will do my best to show you all step by step on how to replace the spark plugs, and that would be a series of basic tune-up from my previous video. All right, so let me show you all the tools you need and all the stuff that you need here. Okay, let me turn the camera around. All right, so probably want a flat screwdriver, a little bit bigger size here, and of course your spark plugs here. Okay, so I got usually is the NGK. You can see here. So the NGK and it is laser iridium premium. All right, so that kind of the same spec as the genuine one from the factory. Of course, you want your socket wrench here. Okay, and then let's see here. What you need also. Your gap, spark plug gap measurement. What I meant by that, for those of you that may not be familiar, is this here. So the gap there. Okay. So you want to measure that. Kind of double check all of them. I'm going to take it out here in a minute from the box here, from its case, and then I will measure each of the gap, and then you can adjust it. The gap for Honda Pilot, it's 0.044. Okay, so you can't see it here, but yeah. So it will be 0.044. So it's somewhere. You can see that. Okay, so maybe put it in the sun. You see better, I think. Okay, so 0.044. Okay, not sure y'all can see that. All right. Of course, I like to get the long extension here. Okay, because you're gonna have to reach into the to remove the spark plug out of the engine. And of course the spark plug socket, it is the size of this one is, I think, let me see here, 5/8. all right, so 5/8. There you go. Okay, the different size, the socket, they have different size, depend on your spark plug. Now this one, another spark plug socket, is the size is 9/16. Okay, you can see here it's 9/16. So smaller, and that won't work. But I just want to show you all that the spark plug socket comes in different size. It depends on your spark plug of your car. Okay, and then of course I have the anti-seize here, also ready, and we'll put it on the thread before we install it. All right. So also I like to have the cloth here ready. And I'll show you all that. First, I'm going to take out the box and re-gap. If I need to re-gap them, I'm going to re-gap them. But otherwise, I'm going to apply all the anti-seize here, and then we'll go open up the engine. All right. All right. So let me set the camera up so y'all can see. All right, so it's my first one here. I am going to measure the gap. Okay, hope y'all can see that. Okay, so it's about there, so 0.044. Okay, so this one is good. Set it aside and open up my next one here. All right. So I'm gonna speed this up, and you got the drift what I'm trying to do. And then of course my next one here. Okay, so that should be. So you can see here, this is a little big. So I'm going to have to adjust that gap. All right. So this is 0.46. 0.046. That's too big. All right. See, that is really important. And to adjust, you just, if it's too big, to close it a little bit, all you have to do is just press this down here. Okay. So press it a little. Press at the end. Not too much. And then remeasure the gap. So, and that's about right. Oh, maybe a little bit more. So that's 0.045. Maybe just a hair here, just a little. Okay. And sometimes you have to try a couple tries to get it. Okay. So a little bit more. And it's okay if you push a little bit too far. You can always adjust it or pull it back up. So how you pull it back up, you see the hole right here. All right. And of course you slide the spark plug in like this. Okay. And then you pull it up this way, and then it open up the gap. If it's too small, or if you push it too far. So it's not that big of a deal. You can adjust it. Okay, so here, let's see if I can't. Oh yeah, I just need to press it a little bit harder. All right, so now I have kind of adjust the gap already to 0.044, and so now I'm gonna apply the anti-seize, and then we'll go to the car. All right, you don't have to put too much, you know. Just a little bit along the side here. You can see that here, on the side there. That's good enough. All right, and set it here. Of course, doing the next one. There. Alright, so I'm going to take you all to the car, and then we start to remove the engine cover, and then to start removing the spark plugs. Alright? Alright, so the preparation of the spark plugs and all the tools and all the stuff are ready. Let's walk through the car, and we'll remove. I'll show you remove the engine cover, as well as each of the process replacing the spark plugs. All right, let me turn the camera around. Oh, it's getting too close to my face. All right, so overview of the engine, which you already know. So that's why you need the flathead screwdriver here. You can see there. Okay, so that's you just need to twist that, turn, and of course you have another one on this side. So okay, so there's two. There's one here, and then one here. All right, and then you just lift that up. Okay. Let me see in the back just to make sure. I haven't done this for a while. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll remove this here, the engine cover. All right. Okay, let's go get the flathead screwdriver. All right, so back here. Look at this down here, so just put your flathead screwdriver and then turn just like that. Okay, clockwise, and then same here. Okay, clockwise just like that, and I'm right, you can just lift it up. Okay, just like that. Let's see. Oh. I think that's another screws. Oh, okay, just like that. Oof. Break something. Okay, trying to do this with one hand, folks. All right, so yeah, you see that clip right there? Okay, so that's where it goes into. All you have to do is lift that up, put this aside here, and see this two hole here. So that's where that went. That goes in there. Okay, and then you got 3 spark plug here. Okay, so we'll. Oh, I don't think you can see that. So you got 3 here. We'll get the lights. So let's see. Okay, let me get the lights. Be right back. All right. So there's 1 here. So 3 in the front here. 1, 2, and then of course 3. All right. So a place to put the lights. Fall down somewhere. Okay, how about that? All right. And then of course. All right. So let me show you the other 3 The other 3 is in the back. Okay, so you can see that space is a little tight. So what we're going to do, we're going to loosen this up, and there's 1 screws right here. All right, so kind of a little bit further, you can kind of see the overview, because sometimes I've seen folks, they record it so close and I can't tell where it is. So all right, so it's the back of the engine, and you have 3 spark plug back here. All right, so 3 in the front. So we're gonna try to loose this up, and probably loose this also, and then tuck it this way. That way you got room to work with. Otherwise, a little bit harder. Okay, so let me do that. All right, so let's remove this hose out. Okay, loosen it up. Let's get up there. All right. Ooh. Move that out. Okay. And then tuck it back here for now. All right. And then we'll remove this 1 screw back here. Feels like a 10. All right. Let me do that. All right. So it's a number 10 here, 10 millimeter, and we'll put it. Take this off. Take that 1 screw off. See that here. All right, and then hopefully we can move this out. Let's do that by hand here. Hold on. Okay. Decided to take the still a little too tight, but I don't need the ratchet, so just use the socket after you loosen it up, and just do by hand. Move it out a little bit so you can see here the whole thing right there. All right. Okay. Put this here. Alright, so that's a screw. Set it here for now. So you can loosen this up. Alright, folks. So it's actually the 2 screws. So there's 1 screw here, which I've shown you all already. That goes the whole hold this whole things down, and then also there's 1 right here. Okay, so there's 2. So let me try to remove that one. All right, so the same number 10. Okay, so now I'm loosening it up already. I'm gonna take the ratchet off and just use the socket and do it by hand. All right. All right. Loosen it up. Yeah. Hopefully doesn't drop that screw. Okay. Let's see, do this by. All right. Whew. Okay, so you can loosen this up. Okay. All right, so you have to take off the screws there on each spark plugs there. Okay, so remove that here. There's one there, and then one here. You can see that one there, and of course one the other side. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do next. All right. Okay. So this last one is a little bit difficult to get to. Down here you can see difficult to get to because you can't remove all these pipes here. Okay, so that's kind of stuck there, so you're gonna get something, maybe a different ratchet or even a shorter extension to get to this one. All right, so let me do that next. All right, so let me show you something that I worked out here. So you can see the ratchet here, the extension. I've put it behind this pipe, okay, in order to get to this one. If you do from the front, there ain't enough room, and then it's hard to find the right size of the socket, as well as the extension, as well as the room to unscrew it. Okay, so this here is a smaller ratchet, and then a smaller extension here. Okay, so not this size. So this is the mid size, and then of course there's a bigger one, but this is a smaller size. Okay, so put it there, and then you can unloose it, unscrew them there. Once you can, after that you can do it by hand. Okay, so let me do that. I'm gonna take those 3 screws out, and also the ignition coil out, and then because it's difficult for me to try to do it with one hand and one hand with the camera. So all right, so sorry about that, guys, but you know what I mean here. Have an idea what I'm doing here. Okay. All right, update on this last one. Okay, so this last screws, it's really hard because of all of that pipes. All right, so the extension with the smaller ratchet that I show you all, that didn't work. It works a little bit, but it's not as good. It keeps slipping because the angle of that ignition coil screw. Okay, so I ended up using a shorter one here, and then I have enough room here to put my hand under the pipe. Now I can just unscrew that thing. Okay, just like that. Oh. Okay, so let me do that with so I have both hands to do that. All right, but that's how this is ended up to being a solution. It's easier to do. Okay. Let me finish that. All right, so unscrew all the ignition coil screw cap there, and let me show you here. All right, so it's just a screw cap like that. It comes off. That screw to the post of the ignition coil, and then same thing here. See, we get another light. Okay, so and then after that, don't forget to unplug the ignition coil plug here. Okay, unplug that first, just in case I forgot to tell you all. unplug that first before you unscrew the ignition coil. All right. So and then once you're done, it's just lift up, just like that. Okay. Just like that. And then you can definitely inspect it. Make sure it's good. It looks pretty good to me. Okay. Now, I like to do it one at a time. So that way, when I'm done with that one, and then I'll go to the next one. All right. So next step we're going to do is to take out the spark plug. All right. So let me do that next. All right. So you can slide in there just like that. Okay. And then right below this pipe, there should be enough room now for you to put in your ratchet here. And it's best if you have the ratchet that it can bend a different way like this, like I have, because that way, because the room is so tight. Okay, the room is so tight, so it's really difficult. So slide that in there, and then you can have enough room to take off the spark plug. Okay, so I'm going to do that with both hands. All right. So I'm not sure I can put it somewhere y'all can see. It is hard to do with one hand. You can see here there's enough room here, and you can see my ratchet here. That I have to bend it down. That's why I'm suggesting that you should get one with that you can bend like that. Okay, and then you can just give you a little bit more flexibility. Like I said, the room is so tight. Okay, so I'm gonna finish all that up, and then of course the next one as well. Now this last one again is gonna be the challenge. Okay, there's not a lot of room. Okay, so I'm gonna finish that up. All right. So able to got out the first one there. If you looked at it, yeah, it looks pretty bad. And that's why I can start feeling it, because if your car has an Econ, when it go to the Econ mode, it switch and it shut off some of the valves. So if it's one of those are bad or a couple is bad, you kind of feel the shaking too. And of course, if it's get really bad, you'll get the engine code. Okay, so looking at this here, yeah, it is time to replace. All right, we'll get a new one and put in a new one. All right, so that's a new one. You looked at it, the before and after. It's pretty bad. Okay. So, and that's why I have all these set up. Again, this longer one, this is too long, which you all kind of know what I've been explaining so far. Okay, so take this out here. You look at that. Oh my goodness. All right, and then put a new one into the socket here. Just like that. Press it down so it sat in there. Okay. So ready to put this in our first one. Okay, so it's difficult. I can't set the camera anywhere that y'all can see. But let me finish that. And then I'll come back. Okay. All right, so I slide that in there now. Okay, and first, in this case it doesn't have much room, but even though there's room, first try to screw it in by hand. Okay, make sure it should be smooth, screwed in there, and then once it's tight enough, you can't do it by hand anymore, and then of course put your ratchet in and tight it down, just a snug good, it will be good enough. Okay, all right, so let me finish that up. Alright, so I finished install that first spark plug, so I'm going to put the ignition coil back. Alright, let's see, there you go. Okay, and then of course make sure it slides. There's a post. Let's see, you can see here, there's a post right here. Alright, make sure you slide that into that post just like that. Okay, press it down. Press it down, and then put the cap back on. And put the cap back on here, and then we go around and re-tighten everything. And right now it's just a hand tight, it's fine. And then of course the next one here. So the next one, just pull it out. Okay. Alright. Alright, so of course the front here. Again, don't forget to remove, or actually unplug first here. So to unplug the ignition coil plug, all you have to do is, so you can see this here, press down toward the end here. Okay, press down, and then you can lift it up. Okay, so and then press down, press the tab down right there. See that tab? Okay, so press that, the end of that tab down, and then you can lift it up. Now I loosened this up already, so it makes it look easy, because it's difficult to do with one hand. Alright, so kind of lose that up so I kind of demonstrate. Okay, so press it down and then lift it up. Okay, so do all of that, and the same thing here. Once you lose that up, you can just lift up the ignition coil here. Okay. Alright, so start remove. Again, I do this one at a time. Alright, and double check everything there, and the front one looks pretty good, but the rear one, man, looks pretty bad. Okay, and then get your slide in here. Okay, try and do this with one hand. Right. Yeah, like that. Okay. Alright, so the front here, again, there's not a lot of room. How the spark plug hole angle. So again, I replace with a shorter extension here. Okay, otherwise there's no room for you to put your ratchet. Okay, so slide in there. There you go. So show you here. Alright, so it gives you enough room here to put your ratchet there. Okay, otherwise it's stuck out all the way here, and then you hit the fan shroud. Alright, put it back here. I know you can't. It's no way for me to set the camera so you can see, but I kind of show you already. You have an idea. And of course, put your ratchet in. Hopefully it comes out. There it goes. Okay, so it looks pretty bad, and that's why the engine start acting up a little. Okay. Alright, so got new ones, and let's put it back in. Okay, so again, to try to screw it in by hand first, until it tight enough that you can't no longer do by hand, and then you can use your ratchet to add a little, tighten it up a little bit more so it'll be snug. Alright, so I'm not going to record each one of them, but you pretty much do the same thing. Excuse me. Pretty much do the same thing. Alright. Alright, got another one here. Let's just go in there. Tighten my hand first. Alright, so I replaced all the spark plugs already here, and then put the screw cap back on, or the post nut. That's what they call it. Post nut, and then to tighten it all back up. Okay, so you can't go any further. You cannot go any further. Just don't hand force it. Just hand tight like that. Here, I'm gonna show you here. All right, so have those back on. Okay, it's good. And then to plug put the camera this way. So plug all the ignition coil, plug connector back in. See that click? All right, there you go. Next one here. Alright, so that does it, and we're done with the spark plugs replacement. Alright folks, that's about to wrap it up here. We're pretty much done on how to replace the spark plugs on 2015 Honda Pilot, and I hope that I'm able to provide some instructions and tips and things like that, and hopefully it'll help you all out. All right, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you would. It'll help us out immensely. And as always, I appreciate you all. I wish you all well, and God bless.
分手会不会被挽留？心碎的声音谁来收？曾经的誓言随风飘走，留下我独自承受。分手会不